Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to Dr. Ahmet Soylu, his inspiring journey from a small town in Turkey to the capital of Norway, Oslo. His passion for computer science has led him to where he is today, a full professor at a very young age at Oslo Metropolitan University. So first of all, Ahmet, tell me about yourself.
Yes, I am Ahmet Soylu. I am 36 or 37 years old, let's say. There's some, let's say, unclarity there, but let's say 37. So I am currently an associate professor at NTNU and a senior researcher at SINTEF. But soon I am moving to Oslo Met on a professor post. I am married. I have one daughter. I live in Oslo. I am originally from a city called Elazığ in Turkey, which is at the eastern side of Turkey. I did my, let's say, studies up till high school in my hometown, Elazığ. Then I moved to Istanbul for my bachelor's and the master's. And then I did my PhD in Leuven, Belgium. And from there I moved to Oslo, Norway for postdoc and then got my tenure and so on.
What has been your inspiration, and you moved around quite a lot from Turkey in several European countries, etc. What's been the most interesting thing about this mobility experience in your case?
Well, I think I never liked being a static person. So I always enjoyed from the change, like changing things and seeing what it brings. I guess that was the urge which moved me all the way from my hometown to Oslo. It's also basically about my, let's say, what I like, what I'm interested in. So I was interested in computers. So at that time, at least in my hometown, they were not that much available. So there was too much mystery about computers and so on. So I said, okay, I'm going to study computer science. Of course, if you want to study that, I thought, okay, that's kind of something international. I have to study it in English. And of course, not in any university, but in a university which actually provides, let's say, proper language training first and also proper, let's say, curricula in English so that I can actually really learn the domain or the computer science in that language, because I thought I have to be international if I am going to study in that domain. So I made my choice and moved out of my hometown and went to Istanbul to study that. Then I thought, okay, I like studying, I like research, I like learning new things and let's say thinking about these things. So why don't I stay in academia? Because I also had the opportunity to go to business and work in different sectors. So okay, I decided to stay in the academia. I got a scholarship for that, so that I can continue my master's and at the same time work in some European projects. So basically, I tried to choose among the possibilities, opportunities, which makes me even more international all the time. And because I could do, for example, my master's in different universities, even in universities which are more prestigious than the one that I decided. But the one that I have chosen gave me the opportunity to work in European projects. That's kind of quite positive was quite positive in my sense. So I chose that one. That my involvement in European projects moved me to the PhD position in Europe, which was as I expected, as I planned, I would say, in a sense that I not planned, but I foreseen as a next step. So it kind of supported that. Then I did my PhD in a nice university. Then, of course, when the PhD ends, you are again in the market looking for postdoc or different opportunities. And I thought maybe it's this time I should go to US, like it's part of the IT in a sense, at least. But then I have seen a nice position at University of Oslo, which involved very large actors like University of Oxford, Siemens, Statoil or Equinor, currently called. So I thought that would move me up to the league of, let's say, top people in their field. So I decided to come to Oslo for that reason, which I think I did a very good choice because I quickly got my tenure after that, because usually you might end up in several postdocs. But I think me working with these people, high caliber people in their field, helped me a lot, so that I can actually contribute me a lot. So I think urge of not being static and trying to improve yourself everywhere possible was kind of the triggers in my, let's say, career ambitions or career path.
And one last question is for the students who are right now in computer science, who either want to go into academia or want to get into industry. What's your key message? And especially for those who are coming from a small town, have a big dream, what's your key message for them?
Well, I think that there's the saying, there are many ways to Rome. So that's, I think I would just write it somewhere in very big and bold letters. I mean, I can, for example, when I was living in hometown, I would put myself the target, okay, I am going to do my PhD in MIT, the number one university in the world. I am then going to get a Nobel, and then I could put such, let's say, ambitions, right? Very high and very solid. Of course, it's good to have this in your mind. But life is not like that. You cannot just put one ambition and fail and just leave the things. Okay, it didn't work, so I am not going to do that anymore. You should see different alternatives, which takes you to your end goal. So sometimes you might need to do some detours. Sometimes you might go back a bit. So I would say young people should not get disappointed when they fail, because I failed a lot in my journey. But that's always a new point that you can start. So consider different alternatives, different opportunities, and never underestimate or devalue small things, or not small things, but let's say possibilities. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, for example, you applied for one university, which was, let's say, a good caliber. They didn't accept you, but maybe you can go a bit lower. Still a university which can contribute to your ambitions, and try to size the opportunities. So if you work that way and never underestimate opportunities, I think that will bring you to the success.
I hope the discussion with Dr. Ahmet Soylu has been inspiring. It teaches us no matter where we are born, no matter what our circumstances are, if you really have the passion, if you really have the desire, and if you have the courage to dream big, you can always succeed. I hope you can get inspired and dream to achieve your passion moving forward. Thank you all, and see you all soon.